Most men think attraction is about looks, money, or status. But what if I told you that the real game is played with your words? In many cases, society conditions us to believe that external factors are the keys to winning someone's attention. Yet there is a subtler, far more influential art at work when it comes to genuine connection. A high-value man doesn't simply talk. He speaks in a manner that commands attention and lingers in the minds of those he encounters. His words, chosen with care and delivered with calm authority, have the power to make others lean in, inviting them into a conversation that leaves a lasting impression long after he has walked away. When you observe a man who speaks with calm, controlled speech, it is almost as if every word he utters has been carefully weighed and measured for impact. Such a man understands that in any conversation, quality trumps quantity. Instead of filling every silence with nervous chatter or overcompensating with excessive details, he allows for pauses that naturally build intrigue. This deliberate pacing, where each sentence is given its moment to resonate, creates an aura of confidence and self-assurance that is both rare and magnetic. When a man speaks in this way, it communicates that he is comfortable in his own skin, that he values his thoughts enough to deliver them without rushing, and that he trusts the natural flow of the conversation. The way he speaks is not just about the words he chooses, but also about the tone and energy he brings into the interaction. A steady, relaxed tone projects certainty and security, qualities that are highly attractive in any person. Women in particular are often drawn to this type of presence because it suggests a man who is not only confident in himself, but also in his ability to navigate the complexities of life without needing to overcompensate for any shortcomings. It is in this contrast between a man who stumbles over his words in an attempt to fill every gap and one who allows silence to punctuate his speech that the true difference is revealed. In a world where many feel the pressure to constantly impress, choosing instead to embrace a measured, deliberate approach can make all the difference. Beyond the cadence and tone of speech, high-value men master the subtle art of playful teasing. This isn't about making jokes at someone's expense or resorting to cheap humor. It's about creating a dynamic that is engaging, warm, and memorable. When teasing is done correctly, it establishes a connection that feels both lighthearted and intimate. It's a delicate dance that, when performed well, creates inside jokes and shared moments of levity that form the foundation of a deeper bond. For example, if a woman has a habit of being a few minutes late, rather than resorting to irritation or complaint, a high-value man might remark with a playful smile that he suspects she enjoys keeping him waiting because it gives her an excuse to see him again. Such teasing is never about putting the other person down. It's about sparking curiosity and building a rapport that is both fun and meaningful. This approach to conversation extends far beyond simple banter. High-value men possess an almost intuitive ability to make others feel understood and valued. They listen not just with their ears, but with genuine attention that shows in every thoughtful question and every measured response. This quality of active listening creates an environment where a woman feels truly seen, heard, and understood. Instead of simply nodding along while waiting for their turn to speak, they engage with the substance of what is being said. They ask questions that invite deeper reflection, such as inquiring about a passion or interest that lies beneath the surface of everyday conversation. It is this willingness to delve into the heart of a person's thoughts and feelings that sets them apart from those who merely skim the surface. By responding in a way that acknowledges both the words and the underlying emotions, a high-value man makes a lasting impact. His responses are not rushed or perfunctory. They are measured and sincere, reflecting a level of engagement that is rare in today's fast-paced world. This approach not only makes the conversation more interesting, but also builds a sense of emotional connection. When a woman feels understood, it is not merely a matter of exchanging words. It is an experience that resonates deeply, creating memories that persist long after the conversation has ended. This is why, even if he doesn't reveal every detail about himself immediately. The mystery he creates only enhances the allure of his presence. The concept of mystery is another critical element in how high-value men communicate. In a culture where oversharing has become the norm, holding back just enough information to pique interest can be a powerful tool. By not laying all his cards on the table, he ensures that there is always something more to be discovered. This measured approach to revealing personal details keeps the conversation dynamic and exciting. It's akin to watching a well-crafted movie where suspense and gradual revelation maintain the audience's engagement. When a man speaks with an air of mystery, it compels the listener to lean in closer, to pay more attention, and to become curious about the layers that lie beneath the surface. This strategy of controlled self-disclosure is not about playing games or manipulating emotions. Rather, it is a deliberate choice to keep the energy of the interaction alive. Instead of answering every question with exhaustive detail, a high-value man opts for short, impactful responses that invite further inquiry. For instance, when asked about his career, he might simply say that he helps people solve problems, leaving the door open for additional questions and deeper conversation. This not only maintains an element of intrigue, but also prevents the conversation from becoming overwhelming with information. In this way, every word, every pause, every playful remark contributes to an overall impression that is both captivating and unforgettable. Another aspect that distinguishes a high-value man is his unwavering commitment to maintaining his boundaries and demonstrating that he is not afraid to say no. In many social situations, there is a tendency to agree with everything or to mold oneself to fit the expectations of others in the hope of securing approval. However, a man who truly values himself understands that his time, opinions, and desires are just as important as those of anyone else. When he says no, it is not an act of defiance, but rather a clear statement of his standards and self-respect. For example, if a woman expresses a preference for a type of music that he does not enjoy, rather than pretending to share the same enthusiasm, he might acknowledge her taste respectfully while remaining true to his own preferences. This honest approach not only prevents any pretense, but also sets a precedent for mutual respect in the relationship. Furthermore, a high-value man is not afraid to walk away from a conversation or a situation if he feels that his energy is not being valued. This ability to disengage gracefully is a testament to his confidence and self-worth. Rather than lingering in an interaction that has lost its spark or that does not meet his standards, he takes control by ending the conversation on his own terms. This exit strategy is executed not with haste or indifference, but with the same care and intention that characterizes all his interactions. By leaving while the conversation is still engaging, he ensures that the memory of the interaction remains positive and impactful. It is this quality of ending on a high note that leaves a woman thinking about him long after the conversation has ended, as she is left with a sense of anticipation for what could come next. Every interaction is an opportunity to leave an indelible mark, and high-value men understand that the way they speak can significantly influence how others perceive them. Their mastery over language is not about using elaborate or convoluted sentences, but about the simplicity and clarity of their message. They are aware that each word carries weight, and that even a momentary pause can be as powerful as a well-delivered compliment. This balance between brevity and substance is what makes their communication style so effective. They avoid over-explaining and instead choose to let their words stand on their own merit. In doing so, they create a sense of mystery and anticipation that keeps the listener engaged and wanting to know more. This deliberate approach to conversation extends to all aspects of interaction, whether it's in a casual chat or a more meaningful dialogue. The impact of his words is magnified by the confidence with which he delivers them. His tone is steady and measured, creating an environment where the conversation flows naturally. Even when he uses humor, it is never at the expense of the other person. Rather, It is a subtle form of engagement that enhances the connection between both parties. By incorporating playful teasing with sincere appreciation, he manages to strike a balance that is both entertaining and endearing. His words, laced with light-hearted remarks and gentle humor, foster an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. In every conversation, the ability to truly listen is paramount. A high-value man listens not simply to respond, but to understand the essence of what is being communicated. He recognizes that genuine connection is forged not in the echo of his own voice, but in the shared space of honest dialogue. This level of attentiveness requires patience and a willingness to set aside his own need to be heard at every moment. Instead, he focuses on creating a dialogue that is as much about her thoughts and feelings as it is about his. In doing so, he establishes a foundation of trust and mutual respect that can elevate any interaction from the mundane to the memorable. Moreover, the art of conversation for a high-value man is interwoven with his understanding of personal space and boundaries. He does not feel compelled to fill every silence with words. Instead, he recognizes that pauses can be a powerful part of the dialogue. These moments of quiet reflection give both parties the opportunity to process what has been said, adding a layer of depth to the exchange. In a world that is constantly clamoring for our attention, the ability to sit in silence without discomfort is a rare and valuable skill. It signifies that the conversation is more than just a transactional exchange of words. It is a mutual journey of discovery where every pause is a chance to build anticipation. Equally important is the art of knowing when to lead and when to follow in the dance of conversation. High-value men understand that the dynamics of interaction require a balance between asserting their own perspective and allowing space for the other person to share theirs. They are comfortable taking charge when it comes to steering the conversation, setting the tone, and even determining when it is time to gracefully exit. This leadership is not domineering. Rather, it is a reflection of self-assurance and an understanding that every interaction is an opportunity to leave a positive and lasting impression. By taking the initiative to end a conversation on a high note before the energy fades, he reinforces the idea that his time is valuable, not only to him, but to those who are fortunate enough to share in his company. Ultimately, the way a man speaks is a reflection of his inner world. It is an outward manifestation of his confidence, his values, and his approach to life. High-value men understand that true influence is not derived from flashy displays of wealth or status, but from the subtle power of well-chosen words delivered with purpose. Their communication style is a carefully honed blend of calm assurance, playful wit, sincere empathy, and controlled mystery. This combination creates an irresistible allure that draws people in, making them not only listen, but also remember. When a woman hears such a man speak, she is not simply processing the words. She is experiencing an emotional resonance that leaves her curious, engaged, and deeply intrigued. It is also worth noting that this style of communication is not reserved solely for romantic interactions. It permeates all areas of life. Whether in a professional setting, among friends, or in casual encounters, the ability to speak with clarity, confidence, and a touch of mystery can elevate one's presence in any situation. A high-value man understands that his words are his signature, a personal brand that distinguishes him from those who merely follow the crowd. He does not seek to impress through superficial claims or exaggerated stories. Instead, he allows the natural power of his presence to speak for itself. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to reinforce his identity and to leave an imprint on the minds of those around him. By embracing this approach, he transforms everyday interactions into moments of genuine connection and memorable experiences. His ability to balance lighthearted teasing with sincere engagement creates an environment where laughter and thoughtful dialogue coexist harmoniously. In such moments, the conversation transcends the ordinary and becomes a dance of intellect and emotion. Each word is a step, each pause a graceful turn, and each shared smile a fleeting yet unforgettable moment of connection. This is the essence of speaking like a high-value man, a way of communicating that is as much about what is left unsaid as it is about the words that are spoken. In a society where many are tempted to follow the latest trends in communication or to mimic the styles of others without truly understanding the underlying principles, the art of controlled, deliberate speech remains a timeless secret. It is a practice that requires not only self-awareness, but also a commitment to authenticity. High-value men are acutely aware of the fact that every interaction is an opportunity to either build or diminish their presence. They choose to build it by speaking with intention, by allowing their words to resonate, and by ensuring that each conversation ends on a note that leaves the other person wanting more. In doing so, they create a magnetic aura that is hard to ignore, a quality that stands out in a world where many are content to blend into the background. The transformative power of such communication lies in its ability to change perceptions and to foster a deep sense of connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction. When a man speaks with the kind of assurance that comes from a deep understanding of himself and his values, he invites those around him to see him as someone who is not only interesting, but also worthy of attention. His words serve as an extension of his character, a reflection of his inner strength, and a testament to the fact that true influence is derived from authenticity and purpose. In the end, it is not the flashy attributes of looks, money, or status that win hearts and minds. It is the quiet power of a well-spoken word, delivered with confidence and genuine care, that creates lasting impact. As you reflect on these ideas, consider how the power of words can transform your own interactions. Whether you are engaging in a casual conversation or a more significant exchange, there is always an opportunity to speak with purpose and intention. By adopting the principles of controlled speech, playful teasing, active listening, and measured self-disclosure, you can begin to cultivate a communication style that is both captivating and memorable. This approach is not about manipulating others or resorting to contrived strategies. It is about embracing a natural, authentic way of engaging that resonates deeply with those around you. The art of speaking like a high-value man is a journey of self-improvement and self-awareness. It requires the courage to be authentic, the wisdom to know when to speak and when to remain silent, and the humility to listen as much as you talk. It is a practice that, once mastered, can transform not only your interactions with women, but also your relationships with friends, colleagues, and family. In every conversation, you have the opportunity to leave behind an indelible mark, to be remembered not just for what you say, but for how you make others feel. And in a world where genuine connection is increasingly rare, this is perhaps the most powerful legacy you can create. In embracing these principles, you start to realize that the true measure of a man's worth is not found in superficial displays or fleeting trends, but in the lasting impressions left by his words. It is a quiet revolution, a shift away from the noisy, overblown methods of modern communication toward a more refined, deliberate, and ultimately effective way of connecting with others. As you continue to refine your approach, you will notice that conversations become richer, relationships deeper, and the impact of your words more profound. This evolution is not only beneficial for personal growth, but it also inspires those around you to seek the same level of authenticity and purpose in their own interactions. The journey to mastering this art is ongoing, and it demands continuous reflection and adaptation. Every conversation offers a chance to learn something new, to fine-tune your approach, and to discover more about the power of a well-timed pause or a perfectly placed remark. Over time, you will find that your words become a natural extension of your personality, an instrument through which you can express your true self and leave a legacy of genuine, meaningful connections. And as you cultivate this habit, you will not only find yourself becoming more confident and self-assured, but you will also inspire others to speak with the same level of authenticity and purpose. Ultimately, the power of your words is a reflection of the power within you. It is an invitation for those around you to look beyond the surface, to appreciate the depth of your character, and to be drawn into a conversation that is as enriching as it is engaging. In this way, speaking like a high-value man becomes not just a technique, but a way of life, a commitment to excellence in every interaction, a testament to the idea that true attraction is born from authenticity and a deep, unwavering sense of self. By embracing this approach, you open the door to a world where every conversation is an opportunity to build trust, foster genuine connections, and leave an indelible mark on those you encounter. It is a practice that, when honed, can transform even the simplest exchange into a memorable encounter, one that resonates long after the words have faded. This is the real power of speaking with purpose, a subtle yet profound influence that goes far beyond mere words, touching the hearts and minds of those who are fortunate enough to listen. In the end, what truly sets a high-value man apart is his ability to harness the power of language not as a tool for superficial gains, but as a means to connect deeply, to inspire trust, and to create lasting memories. Every carefully chosen word, every deliberate pause, and every playful tease contributes to a symphony of communication that captivates and endears. And in a world where so many are content with being forgettable, this is the secret that can transform ordinary interactions into extraordinary experiences. Embrace the art of speaking with intention. Let your words be a reflection of your inner strength, and watch as you leave an unforgettable impact on everyone you meet.